Go.
Guys, welcome to Cahal Pech. Means the place of the pigs, okay? So it is the first city that was established in the western part of the country, which is Cahal Pech, okay? It's a very small city, a very small site. So from now, this is where you are. And then you walk in the main plaza, and then the residential buildings right here. So we walk through that steps inside here, under the tunnel, or known as the Shibalba, and then in the residential building. So in those rooms, that is where you can see the red paint, the original painting of this site, okay? With bright red in color. And then we exit Plaza F, and then Plaza G, okay? So it's a very small site, a very small city, okay? It is, we don't have the original name as yet, but probably for the excavation, we lead them to the original name of the site, okay? It's a very small site, very small walk. It lasts us about an hour or so, and you guys can ask questions as well, okay? Any question for me?
So this city was here for a while and then faded?
Right,
The other one was
like in 1000 BC. 1000 BC.
That's why
So also
It collapsed in 650 AD.
Okay.
So it is, so they are here at the same, pretty much at the same time with Shunan Tonnage, but it was the first site here in the western part of the country. Cahal
How
Pech.
many residents would it have had, say?
Like over 5,000 people.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
So a good
pretty
size.
small because right now the park is only 22 acres. 22 acres. The other side, Shunan Tonnage, was like 56 acres.
Okay.
Right, so it's a pretty small city in those days. The temple, to the very top of that mount, it is a burial. That is where a 680 ruler was buried to the very top.
Wow.
So inside his burial, they found a jade mask, or which is called a mosaic mask. Gives you a white, red, green in color. So when he was laid to rest, they placed the mask on his face. So when Dr. Hamid Awi was excavating that mound, he found those masks inside.
Wow.
Obsidian blades, jades, necklace, figurines, you name it, everything was inside that burial. It was one time being displayed at the visitor center. But sad, one day there were two masked men entered the building, and they went away with a mask.
Oh.
But with heavy police investigation, they recovered back the jade mask.
Yay.
But that guy who was working in that office, he lost his life, and he was murdered because of the jade inside. Okay? Every 8 feet there is a room. Every 8 feet there is a room below. So yes, they excavated, and that is known as the 13th floor. Then it was leveled, and they started to build on top of this plaza again. So probably the Mayans, they are more hard-working people. So like backfilled, and backfilled, like an onion. Cut an onion, rings above rings. So that is what happens here. So it was the opposite from Shunan Tonnage this morning. They went up in the air, but Cahal Pech is more like backfilled. If you dig right now, you will find plaza, you will find buildings underground. For a good example, as where that wood is sitting, you see where the wood is sitting?
Yeah.
That is a building underground. Anyone knows what was their currency in those days? Corn? We try? Chocolates.
Oh, chocolate.
Chocolate. The cacao beans.
Oh.
That was the currency in those days. along. We'll see what the big tree is. There's an alley. That is the ball court for this city. That is the original ball court. You see how high we are?
Yeah.
So to the bottom, that is where they started to backfill buildings and buildings and buildings. Hoot, hoot. Hoot, hoot. Have you seen a blue prong mutt before? Blue prong mutt. Hoot, hoot. Mutt. It's a bird. It has a long tail, bluish, iridescent color. Hoot, hoot. This is where you find the bird. Hoot, hoot. Hoot, hoot. I'll keep calling. Maybe
I think he's crazy personally.
Right on the pointer, go inside, take a visit. Take a visit. Look on the bed wall, on the pointer. Yeah. You see it?
Yes.
Bright red color,
Oh, yeah.
buried within the plastering. Is one of the original plaster or stucco painting inside. The escape tunnel. So this goes like a 200 yards underground outside the city. So whenever there are enemies, whenever they get the news that enemies, this is where they go. That is where they run away. So they rather run away than to be captured, then they'll be playing the ball game. Let's go. Take a look. This is what is called the meditation room. If you have a phone, a light on your phone, it'll be much better, okay? It's a very dark place where the king goes inside and meditates.
So did you find that bird yet, or
Not yet.
no?
Not yet. There's no answer. When they are wrong, they will answer me.
Is it a real bird, or are you
Yeah,
just making it
is.
up?
No, it's a real bird. Take a look. That was a very important building in those days. So sad, you can see the tree stump. The tree fell on top of the structure, crushed the rooftop, and this is what we have right now. This is known as the sauna house, where they go for a steambath, because the king, the high priest, they must be clean and purified whenever they go to the highest point of the temple. It's a copal tree where you cut the bark, where you can collect the sap, but it flows very slow. If you come back for another week, then you can collect the sap from this tree, which the Mayans, this is where they collected the sap of the incense, which is burnt whenever there is a ritual taking place.
Oh.
So the sap from this tree, that is what is burnt. Okay. All right. So this is where the folks were living for another 200 years in the alley. First thing what they built is the bar court. This is a bar court right here. Similar game, similar rules that they played. Okay, if you guys can take a look here inside, is the burial. You see it? It was last 4 years ago that they were digging. You see this corner, and then continue excavating. Then when they found capstones, what tells is the capstones, because they are like maybe 1 feet wide and about 3 feet, 4 feet in length.
Okay.
So that is what is used to cover the rooftop, right? Which is called the capstones. So that is what led them, hey, this is a burial, and which is because they found the human remains inside, jade, necklace, figurines, everything inside. But again, they will never leave human remains or jade inside. It's always removed.
Yeah.
Around the tree, you can see the pieces. It's peeling.
Yeah.
So when the sun hits directly on the tree, it keeps peeling. When it's like overcast, no sun at all, it's smooth. So it's very tricky. It's known as a forest tree. For example, If you go out in the ocean tomorrow without sunscreen or without lotion, good. Red and peeling. Red and peeling. So that's why it's called a tourist tree, okay? But it is called, the name of the tree is called the Gombo Limbo tree. Gombo Limbo. That is the name of the tree, okay?
Oh, thank you very much for an awesome tour. How far is it back to the resort?
It will be another 2 hours, 30 minutes drive.
2 hours and 30. How much is that Canadian?
Would be like a 50 minutes.
Oh, okay, cool.